Calling all my OG overclocking heads that when overclocking was a thing and liquid nitrogen cooling and extreme overclocking way back when, it looks like a manufacturer may be bringing an old legend back to the market sooner than we think. Let's get into this. Everyone's your boy Lot Tech back and have some more tech news on this fine Saturday weekend. I love when the weekend comes, but I hate when it goes because it always goes by so fast, especially when you're having fun and talking about tech. Now, back on topic, we was reading through some articles recently and I saw something that kind of piqued my interest. An OG overclocking legend in motherboards is about around the corner to be released again on the AM5 platform this time around. They kind of died down on this model way back when, and even on the Intel front and the AMD front way back when in the good old days before computer parts were crap, and they're bringing it back. And this manufacturer is ASRock. As you all know, some of the X870 chipsets recently, motherboards, specifically the Taichi and more the higher end X870s, motherboard-wise, for ASRock has been having off and on cases for damaging the 9800X3D. So don't panic. I believe they're fixed up with the latest BIOS, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's 3-point-something BIOS. So it should be good to go, but get whatever motherboard you want. Well, back on topic, ASRock is round the corner from releasing an old legend that really brought people to their attention way back when overclocking was a thing. And that motherboard brand or type, just how ASUS has the Crosshair and Gigabyte has the Aeros Pro Master, or whatever their high-end top-of-the-line SKU is. ASRock is bringing back the X870E, making the X870E OC formula. Now, for those who were always heavy on overclocking and loved doing it back in the day when it was actually necessary or fun to do, and things weren't so super sensitive with the current technology, people would always push the CPUs to the brink. This is one of the legends across all the manufacturers that people use a lot on, and a lot of records are broken in the OG OC formula days. Now they're bringing back it, and they're bringing back, I believe they say it's only going to be the X870E chipset, which makes sense because it's part of the Extreme series, just like the Taichi. So they're putting on the X870E chipset and plan to release it sometime this year. No date yet, but for those who are looking for black and yellow builds, it's good to see that ASRock kept that same aesthetic, because OC formulas for the most part have always been black, yellow, black, yellow, black, yellow. So like a bumblebee or honeybee, or whatever you want to call it. But it was a very good and well-engineered motherboard, every iteration of it back in the day. And it was also ASRock's most expensive offering, even more than the Taichi's, when Taichi started hitting the market. So that's how ASUS have their top-of-the-line Crosshair. This is like ASRock's version of their Crosshair competitor, because Crosshair, as we know, is meant for extreme overclocking enthusiasts that like still, even to this day, overclocking their CPUs. So they're keeping the same black and yellow aesthetic. Is going to have a crap ton of connectivity, just like the Crosshair Hero on ASUS. Just amount of ports. I'm not sure how much phases it is, but it's close to 30 phases from the brief information I got from the videocars.net article. I'll link it down below so y'all can check out yourself. But I'm kind of excited to see what even we can possibly push CPUs to now, since their auto overclocking features have been so good and straightforward. People just put in a one and done, and it boosts as high as you can with the auto OC feature that most modern high-end motherboards have now. So I'm interested to see if people even push it past the precision boost that AMD uses, or whatever boost language that Intel uses on their end, for you Intel people using out there. And I'm interested to see how much juice can you really get out of these CPUs nowadays. Like, they already boost pretty damn high. We're pretty much on the brink of 6 gigahertz being a standard, especially with the 16-core and 12-core variants of Zen 5. And even before then, they were getting creeping closer and closer to 6 gigahertz mark. So I'm not sure if there's going to be a market for it, but if there's still some enthusiast overclocking, extreme overclockers out there, that's been one of the most niche areas in the PC market for the PC Master Race. Shout out to y'all. I know y'all probably thrilled. I know it's kind of a little hesitant because of the recent X870 shenanigans with some of the high-end ASRock motherboards and the X3D chips. But I have confidence that their ASRock are going to fix that with their latest BIOS, because I haven't heard any situations with it yet since the whole thing started. So maybe they fixed it. Don't quote me on that. But I know your OG overclocking heads will love when this comes out. But I'm really interested to see how much it's going to cost, because OC formulas have always been big money motherboards because they're mainly aimed at niche enthusiasts for extreme overclocking, and also LN2 because it has built-in LN2 technology for overclocking. So I'm going to probably say it's going to probably be about the same as the Crosshair Hero, or even $100 or $200 more, probably close to the $900 mark if they fall MSI with their godlike, because it's that kind of level for their motherboard. But we'll see. ASRock always been price performance for their motherboards, but let's see how it plays out when it releases. Y'all let me know in the comments below if you're looking forward to this motherboard releasing. Are you just done with ASRock because I had a couple cases on the A870 chipset having issues with the voltage and all that stuff? Let me know in the comments below. Until then, this is your boy Lock Tech signing out.